Alrighty, everyone. Hello and welcome. What is going on, my friends? Welcome back. And the reason that I say that is because, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Today is something new, different, and exciting. And I also welcome you back because yesterday was a day off. Yesterday was my day off for the week. It was also a holiday, Valentine's Day, which I got to spend with Kat, which was nice. It would have been nice if we got to do a lot more romantic stuff, which we really didn't get to do because it was our one day off for the week where we had to run around and do all of our other stuff like errands and the like, which we have to do during that day. So it wasn't obviously the best day ever, but we did have some fun. Had a nice dinner, and it was a good day. You know, and in fact, I could say this, most of the snow around here has melted, which is great because we were nervous that our one day off was going to end up being shitty because we were going to be driving through fucking slush and ice and snow. But for the most part, most of it has now melted, and it was not a big factor whatsoever on our day off, which was great yesterday, okay? So we're back today, folks, and we're back for a full day of new releases. Full day of new releases, okay? We're going to be doing Metro Exodus here on my first gameplay stream, and then later tonight we're going to be checking out Jump Force, which is the Shonen Jump massive crossover amalgamation game where all the different characters from different manga/animes duke it out. All right. Now, there are many other games that are coming out today as well, including Crackdown 3, Far Cry New Dawn, and 3 DLCs for Resident Evil 2. So there's a ridiculous amount of stuff that came out today, all on one day. Obviously, I can't do it all. However, just for those who are maybe wondering, well, all these games coming out, are any of them good? From all the reviews that have come out, now keep in mind, I don't always, consider reviews the Bible truth on games. In fact, I think a lot of the times reviewers kind of rush through games and don't really fully give them a fair shake. There were many times over the years where a game got panned, I played it and loved it, or vice versa. A lot of people say this is the best game ever. I play it and I'm like, this game isn't even that good. Okay? But that being said, in the modern era, when I have a million games coming out at once here and there's no way I could play them all at once, and just being honest here, guys, when financially things aren't as great as they used to be and I can't afford to buy 100 games anymore, I have to pick and choose which ones I'm more interested in. And I'll be honest, out of all the stuff that I saw coming out this week, Metro Exodus was number one on my list. I love the other two Metro games that I played, and I definitely wanted to play this one. And Jump Force, just having characters from Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece. I know one of the Death Note characters has a fucking cameo in there. My Hero Academia. Oh God, I'm trying to think of all, because there's a million. Oh, Fist of the North Star. There's like 100 different things that I know that are all kind of crammed into this one thing, which is really neat. I think it's going to be really interesting, even if the game sucks, because here's what I'm kind of getting at, guys. The reviews are out, and apparently, out of all the games coming out today, okay, only one of them is good. Only Metro Exodus is good. Everyone's saying that Crackdown 3 is an incredibly outdated game that feels like it should have come out like early to mid last generation of consoles. It's not very good. Everyone says Far Cry New Dawn is incredibly repetitive. It's basically Far Cry 5 with the skin, and it's boring as hell, which is exactly what I said it was going to be. Jump Force apparently is a mess of performance. Like, the animations are terrible and jumpy, and the actual competitiveness of the gameplay isn't really good. Like, it's not a balanced game or a game you would want to play competitively. It's more kind of like a throwaway game where you play it a couple times and then probably that's it. So all that being said, it's kind of like, well, that kind of stinks. February was supposed to be the busy game month right now for 2019 so far, and everything's coming out on the same day, and most of the games aren't very good. That's not good, Now, I've already bought Jump Force, and I don't really care. The competitiveness of the game at all, I don't care about. And if anything, if I'm going to be playing through Jump Force's campaign, if the animations are bad, that might be hilarious. Like, I actually saw, a GIF, a moving GIF or GIF, however you say it, on Twitter of one of the characters, like, going, like, he was, like, freaking out. He, like, teleported and skipped a ton of animations. It looked hilarious. So if the whole game is like that, that might actually be comedy gold, Apparently, it's not necessarily in the combat that's messed up, but it's just like the cutscenes and the story where things just go horribly awry. So we're still doing Jump Force, all right? At the very least, I'm going to be doing the campaign of Jump Force. It sucks that I bought it for $60, and apparently it may not be a game that we get much longevity out of, all right? But I guess we'll see, okay? So today, Metro Exodus on this first gameplay stream, 4+ hours, and then later tonight, Jump Force will premiere on my late stream, okay? That's going to be around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. So 2 full gameplay streams today, all new release content. Tomorrow will be more of the same. All right, probably going to be exactly the same schedule I'm thinking for tomorrow. Then on Sunday, we're mixing things up. On Sunday, I'm returning to Apex Legends. In fact, I'm going to text Brian, and I'm going to contact Kekin just to make sure they can still join me again on Sunday, because you guys liked the Apex Legends co-op so much last Sunday when we got our first ever win that I think I want to do another session with these guys, and, you know, Brian wasn't available again until Sunday. So this should be pretty exciting to do another full session of Apex Legends with those guys on Sunday. Then Sunday night, I'll be checking out the Resident Evil 2 DLCs. You know, these DLCs that apparently are 3, they're called the Ghost Survivors, I think, because really they're ghosts, they die. They're apparently not going to survive the Raccoon City infection from Resident Evil 2, so I'm going to be checking some of those out on Sunday night. I have no idea how long they are. I mean, maybe they're only like 20 minutes long each, you know, or maybe they're actually more lengthy. I have no idea, but considering that they are free DLCs, you know, it could be pretty interesting to see how it goes, okay? That's Sunday night. Then on Monday, I'm assuming we're going to jump right back into the new releases with Metro and with Jump Force. And then what I'll probably be doing for the remainder of the week, after Monday, is instead of doing double new releases every day, I'll do one main stream of a new release game, and then at night we'll do a chill stream. So, for example, Tuesday will probably be, I don't know, Jump Force is the main stream, and then at night we'll do some Minecraft, you know. And then the next day I'll do, or the next gameplay day, I'll do another new release as the main stream, and then maybe we'll balance that with Black Ops 4 Blackout or Subnautica, you know. That's kind of how I want to approach it. I don't want it to be new release every day and take up every stream, because then people who like the chill stuff get kind of feeling left out. That's what actually happened a couple weeks ago when I was doing the new releases of Resident Evil 2 and then Kingdom Hearts. People felt left out who liked the chill content because I wasn't doing it for like a week and a half. So basically what I would like to do is balance all that in, okay, and make it more variety for the coming week. So we'll see how things go. By the way, I don't know how long Metro is, so I don't know how long of a playthrough it's going to be or how long it's going to take to beat. Same thing with Jump Force's campaign. I have no clue. So we're going to play it by ear and see how this week goes. Okay, everyone? Now, a few things. Number one, honestly, I think I'm skipping Crackdown at this point. I don't see any reason to play a game that sounds like it's a whole console generation behind and runs like crap and has tons of bugs, and it's just basically what people are saying is it's silly fun. If you just want to run around throwing cars and blowing shit up, it's great. Outside of that, if you're looking for a serious gameplay experience, you're not going to get it, and it's full of bugs. So I'm probably not going to play it. Okay? So then you're talking about Far Cry New Dawn. I mean, I'm sorry. I have no desire to play the same game again. This is exactly what happened with Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. Far Cry 3 was an amazing, innovating game. Far Cry 4 was Far Cry 3 with a skin over it. It wasn't even a new release. It was the same fucking game again. So that's why I really didn't like Far Cry 4 that much. Far Cry 5 at least innovated a little bit and changed the formula up a little bit from Far Cry 4. But if Far Cry New Dawn is just Far Cry 5 again, then I don't want to play it. It's going to end up being the same as Far Cry 4. You see what I mean? So I'm probably going to skip it. I guess we'll see. So there you go, guys. That's kind of the judgments I'm making. We'll focus on Metro. We'll focus on the story of Jump Force. All right? And we'll balance that in with the Resident Evil 2 DLCs and chill content. Now, next week, this coming week coming up, is Anthem. I'll be honest with you. I really don't think I'm playing Anthem. I think that Anthem is going to end up being a game that's only fun if you do full team co-op. And I'm really not interested in that. I'm just not. I don't want to do a full team co-op game like Destiny or Division or whatever. I just don't have interest in it. So it just sucks because I love BioWare and I love most of the games they've put out. But it seems like they've lost their way. That EA has guided them in a direction where story takes a backseat to crappy grinding gameplay. And I'm probably not going to be playing it. So it seems to me like I'm going to be skipping a ton of stuff, okay? And it's hilarious because just recently, I remember on a stream getting criticism, someone saying that I should be picking and choosing the games that I want to play and playing the ones that I think are going to be fun for me and for my audience, rather than just playing every new release. And, I mean, that's exactly what I'm doing. But watch, and I guarantee this now, watch this, guys, how many people will now come out and say that, oh, Phil isn't like he used to be. He used to play every new release, whether it was good or bad, and that's what I liked about him, because he played whatever, and if it was bad, he would make fun of it or whatever. And now times have changed, and this is horrible, and Phil sucks now. The reality of the fact is two things. Number one, I'm not only recording for a YouTube audience anymore. If I play a horrendous game, unless the game is absolutely hilarious, I'm not going to retain an audience. You know what I mean? I'm just not. If I'm playing a terrible game, I'm not going to retain an audience anymore. A perfect example of this, last year I played this game called Extinction. Remember that game? I got it for free as a review copy. The game was crap. And it was hilarious to watch me play it because it was crap, and I raged a lot at it how bad the game was. No one tuned in and no one watched. Whether on YouTube or on stream, it was just dead time because no one cared about that game. You see what I mean? It's not like it used to be. And also, as I've told you guys, in addition, it's not like it used to be where I made tons of money, I have unlimited funds, and I'm able to keep dropping money to buy every single game anymore. It's not. Things are incredibly tight for me, you know, to the point where I have to actively pick and choose what games I'm going to play and what games I'm going to skip. And if it comes down to the fact that, you know, I have to skip half the games that are coming out this month because I kind of get the vibe that they're bad from what everyone else is saying, then so be it, you know. Maybe in the future things will change. Maybe in the future I'll get out of the crazy financial situation I'm in. I'll be able to afford a ton more games. But for now, there's not much I can do. You know, the flip side of this, too, is if someone absolutely wanted me to see a game or play a game, and they wanted to donate it, that's something different. You know, Crackdown 3, no, I'm not dropping money on that game. But if someone said, well, Phil, I'll donate Crackdown 3 so you can play it, you know, during in between all the games you're interested in, okay, that's different. That's not a money investment on my part. And if I play it once or twice and it's not good and no one likes it, I could just drop it versus spending a full $60 on it and wasting money and dropping it before it even, you know, has a chance to do anything. You see what I mean? So it's a lot different. So there you go, guys. That's the deal. That's what you can expect in the next couple of weeks, all right? Now, before we get started today, I have a couple things I need to talk about on pre-stream. Some of them are very important, so I hope you guys will listen up, okay? First of all, 2 days ago, I did my second ever special retrospective event. It went very well, okay? It did. It went very well. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm very appreciative because so many people showed up for the event. The event had great views on Twitch, great contributions on Twitch, and for, I don't know, I haven't even checked yet, all right, at all. I haven't checked yet whatsoever, you know, how it's done on YouTube at all. I have no idea. But last time that I did one of these retrospective events, it did very well on YouTube as well. I would assume it probably will too, because this is a situation where most people cannot watch the content that I watched during that event, because it was stuff from my old vlogging channel, The King of Hate HD, which most people can't watch. It's blocked publicly. You can't even see those videos. All right? So this is pretty cool, and hopefully you guys, if you missed out on the event on Wednesday, will go check it out over on DSPGaming. All right, and hopefully give it a shot, because I think you're going to love what you see, especially if you're not a longtime fan and you didn't see that stuff when it happened back in like 2009, 2010. You're probably going to love that stuff, because some of it's hilarious, and my reactions now, I'm cringing like crazy at the shit that I used to do, you know, back in the day on YouTube. And by the way, those things were very popular. I was watching videos that had hundreds of thousands of views of me, like, making an omelet and accidentally pouring a ton of pepper on top of it, not even intentionally. You know what I mean? So hopefully you guys will give it a look. If you haven't yet, I think you'll enjoy it very much. Please go give it a look over on DSP Gaming. All right. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Another really important thing that I need to talk about today, guys. Article 13 is back to rear its ugly fucking head. I know I haven't talked about this in a while because it hasn't been an issue. The last time we talked about it was about a month ago, when basically the lawmakers and governing bodies in the European Union were trying to agree on the text of what this article would be, and they couldn't, and the whole thing basically just got put on hold. Well, the bottom line is, sadly, they did meet again and agree on the text, and it's horrible. So you might say, what is Article 13? Article 13 is a law that's going to pass in the European Union. That's all the countries, including the European Union, that basically says, in a nutshell, if you do not outright own the copyright permissions to use something in a piece of work that you do, you cannot do it. That means that basically transformative works and the likes won't exist. So, for example, I want to do a gameplay video of Metro Exodus today. Well, unless you directly contacted the game developers and got permission from them to use their game in the video you create, you cannot put that video up on YouTube, and you cannot stream it on Twitch if you live in the European Union. And vice versa, if you live in the European Union and you want to watch anyone worldwide making the same kind of video, you can't. So there's two things. If you live in the European Union, you can't even create content anymore unless you somehow get the ability to personally contact every game developer for every game you're ever going to play and can prove that you have permission from them to play their games, okay? Or if you're a viewer from the European Union, you just simply put, can't watch anything. You're going to be blocked from being able to watch anything. This is 100% fact. This is what both YouTube management as well as the CEO of Twitch have come out and spoken publicly about it repeatedly, saying this will seriously ruin businesses. Like people who are content creators who have large viewer bases in the European Union, or content creators who live in the European Union, overnight, they're going to go out of business. They're going to be jobless because there's nothing you can do. If this passes, they have to abide by it because let's say, for example, Twitch just says, well, we're going to ignore it. The European Union could sue them and say, you're mass distributing content that does not abide by our laws in our countries, therefore we're suing you. So what's going to end up happening is, Twitch, YouTube, they're going to put filters on all their content. If you live in the European Union, you can't watch anything. And if you live in the European Union and you're trying to put out content, you're blocked. You can't do it unless you somehow obtain permission for every single game, every single movie, any video you want to make. You have permission for everything in that video, and you can prove it to YouTube or Twitch that you do. Good luck doing that, by the way. Okay? So, this is awful. This is absolutely awful. And, previously, this Article 13 was being drafted up. It hadn't finished yet, and that's why it kind of went on hold. They couldn't agree to the text they wanted in it. Well, now it passed. In the initial stages, I should say. Okay? It's still got a ways to go. From what I'm to understand from the article I read yesterday, it's got several waves of approval it needs to make it through. Like, probably in late February or mid-March, it's got to go to another wave. And then finally, like, the final stage of approval would be sometime in April. And by then, I think from what they're saying, it would have to actually go to, like, the parliamentary bodies of the countries involved or something. See, I don't understand how the European Union's government works. It's very convoluted, apparently. But from what I'm to understand, all is not lost yet. And in fact, what they were saying was, a lot of these people who are in positions of power, these politicians in the European Union, are coming up for re-election soon, okay? And if all their constituents, i.e., the people who voted for them, basically say, we don't want this, this is terrible, what and holy hell are you doing? If you vote for this, we're going to vote you out, okay? That they might overturn it and say, well, we're not going to approve it, okay? So it's basically not done yet. There's definitely still a lot of opportunity for this to be overturned and fixed. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I have no idea how this would affect me. Because as you guys know, yes, I do rely on ad revenue from YouTube, even though it's not that much. So immediately I'd be taking a hit on YouTube. As for Twitch, I don't rely on ad revenue here, but I do rely on you guys coming and hanging out with me and contributing every day. So what if overnight I lose, I don't know, 1/4 of my viewer base, that no one can watch me anymore? Right? That everyone in the European Union can no longer watch my content. How awful that would be, right? Now, some people have already said, well, don't worry because we're already planning on getting VPNs. For those who don't know what that means, I think it stands for Virtual Private Network. I could be wrong. But what it basically means is you can go through a different server rather than, normally you have an internet service provider and you go through their server, which is located in wherever you live, your country. Well, you can use a one that's remote to go through them and act like, okay, I don't live in the European Union, I'm in China, you know, which is even worse, by the way, because China censors everything. But you see what I'm getting at? You could say you're from another country, so maybe then you would still be able to view streams. Maybe you would still be able to interact with me and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know how that would work. The other thing is, for example, cheering, subbing, probably going to go away for people in the European Union, period. Because how are you guys going to pay? For example, you live in the European Union, you have a credit card in your own country, Twitch isn't going to accept it. They're going to say, oh, well, we can't accept this as forms of payment because those countries are not approved to watch content on our site. You see what I mean? Like, it's a huge gray area that even if you get around, this whole deal of not being able to watch streams or watch YouTube videos, you still may not be able to help content creators. I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to have content creators who are overnight going to be saying, wow, I'm making less than half of what I used to make, especially those who are primarily focused in the European Union. They'll say, wow, I can't make any money anymore. Please support me on Patreon. Please, you know, tip me and stuff like that. You're going to hear people saying, I primarily now rely on that because I can't make money the other ways I used to make it. Basically, this is bad. This is really bad, okay? So with all that happening, you know, if you live in the European Union, you still have opportunity. You do. You have opportunity to basically kind of try to fix this. From what I'm to understand, there's still time. Like, there's still about 2 months before this Article 13 will go up for final ratification. And it does have to go through individual, like, lawmakers, parliament members, whatever it is. So you have opportunity to contact your governments and say, do not do this. This is bad, and we will vote you out if you do it. This is completely opposite of what we want. This completely censors the internet, you know. And I strongly recommend that you all, you know, do that, all right? So just, again, just to confirm here, no, Article 13 didn't pass. Everyone saying that is completely wrong and needs to fucking read up on what the hell they're talking about. What happened is the text for Article 13 was finally agreed upon and is now being pushed through to become law in the European Union, but it has several stages of approvals and voting that it needs to pass through in order to become a law. It's very possible it could be shot down if people speak up. I'm going to give you guys some perspective here. Years and years ago, all right, which was what, 2010, I believe it was? There was something called SOPA and PIPA and S.978, all these different things that were almost the same kind of deal in America, in the United States, that our government was trying to pass it. And here's what happened. Our people spoke up. We virally created a movement on the internet. I was one of them. I had a video that had over 600,000 views on YouTube about it, where people learned about this subject and contacted their lawmakers and said, do not vote in these laws. This is insane. We don't want censorship of the internet. This is ludicrous, you know, and to the point where you're ruining things that aren't hurting anyone and businesses don't care about it. Like, you're basically censoring shit for no fucking reason because you don't understand it. Stop, or else we're going to vote you out. And within about 2 months of a viral movement, all the lawmakers in the United States changed their minds and didn't vote positively. They voted these things down, and they never happened. You know, this same kind of thing could have happened 8 years ago, but we stopped it. So you can still, if you live in the European Union, you can still do something. Okay? You can. Please do something. Like I said, contact your lawmakers, speak up, spread awareness amongst your friends, amongst everyone that you know who uses the internet on a daily basis for this kind of stuff, because you will all be negatively affected. All of us. Everyone is going to be affected. You know? Okay? Alright. So all that being said, guys, I had to speak up about that. I had to. Because it's terrible. It's a terrible situation that could ruin everything for everyone. You know, I love what I do. I want to be able to keep doing it. If I have to go out and get a different kind of job because I can't even do this anymore because it's not viable because the people in the European Union can't watch my stuff, I'm done. I mean, I would basically have to declare bankruptcy. I don't see another way out of it. I would have to say I'm going to have a dramatic drop in income. I can no longer support any of the debts in my name because of this, you know, and it would ruin my credit. It would ruin my life, essentially. And it's not something that I did anything wrong. You guys did nothing wrong. It's a bunch of dumb fuck, ignorant, big-headed, elitist lawmakers who think they know better than everyone else, when in reality, they're probably doing it just to take a fucking a pay raise. More than likely, they're getting paid off by fucking companies and the like who want to see this happen so they can now control the internet for billions of dollars in profit, which is horrible. So please think about it. It's not just me. It's everyone will be affected negatively if this happens. Please do what you can. Spread the word. Get awareness out there. Tell your lawmakers, do not pass Article 13. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Now, moving on, guys. Let's do the plugs. Let's get the plugs over with, all right? And then we will move on to shout-outs for those who've contributed. And then we're going to get started with Metro Exodus. Sounds good? I'm excited. I hope you guys are, too. Alrighty. Hold on. So, everybody, thank you for being here on the premiere stream of Metro Exodus. I'm excited. I played the previous 2 Metro games and really enjoyed them. Looking forward to this one on a, this modern console. Want to see how they've done. A lot of people are saying the game is really great, runs beautifully and everything. In fact, now that I said that, let me make sure that I have super sampling enabled, because I don't know if I turned it back on after playing Apex. No, I didn't. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm turning super sampling on right now. I didn't have it back on after I played Apex. Oops. Well, now it's on, so now it should look really good. Okay. All right. So, thank you for being here. And I want to say thanks to everyone who makes it possible for me to continue to do what I love for a living. This is going to be an amazing month, regardless of how many of the new releases I actually play. Juggling some new releases with DLCs, with chill content. It's going to be a great rest of February. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. All right? If you would like to contribute, there are many ways that you can jump in and contribute to allow me to keep doing what I love. The first is checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidefil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. It's a way that I give back to those who contribute to my Patreon. You could give it a look on the website yourself, patreon.com/darksidefil for all the details. But just an example, you'll be able to nominate and vote on things for special events. We just did the retrospective event, and it was the patrons who nominated a lot of the stuff for that event. You'll be able to get your questions answered on my bi-monthly show, Ask the King. It's a Q&A show that I do every 2 months, and that's coming up in March. Great opportunity. You pledge this month, you'll be able to get your questions answered next month. You can even have a private Q&A video made where I just sit down here for, say, 20 or more minutes answering just your questions in massive detail, okay? So give it a look. Also, I have a Teespring store where you can buy merchandise. I love the merchandise. In fact, I own it. In fact, I'm wearing one today. Today I'm wearing my camera's off here. You know why? Because I did the retrospective event, so it wasn't at the right level. Wearing the King of Retro shirt today, which celebrated last year my 10-year anniversary as a content creator. But there's many different designs and things up there that you can give a look. Please do. And anything you buy from my Teespring store helps me out, so thanks to anyone who does buy something. Go ahead and try to censor this too. There we go. Much better. But in general, if you're here live on the stream, okay? If you're here live on the stream, and if you would like to get a shout out during today's Metro stream, you can. If you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me, I will give you a shout out during the course of today's stream. All right? Pretty cool. As you can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard. So if you're the current top cheerer or top tipper, I will put you up there. And in fact, in just a moment, I'm going to start doing shout outs and putting people up on the leaderboard for their contributions. As you can see, we do have a tips goal. This is the last day, hopefully, that I'll have to do this. I'm supposed to get paid by Twitch today. Hopefully, knock on wood, I'm supposed to get paid by Twitch today. Okay, and so hopefully, I will be able to not be in such a tight financial situation anymore. Sadly, I still am. And right now, if you want to help me out the most today, please tip me. Tips can hit my bank account immediately and help pay bills. I had 2 more bills that bounced. Not really bounced. They did clear, but basically overdrew my account even further over my time off yesterday. And at this point, I really need this Twitch funds to come through. I've got hundreds of dollars in overdraft fees. This sucks. All right. But that being said, if you tip me today, that can help. If you tip me today, that's going to go straight to the account to try to get it back into the black, out of the red, and to help defray all this shit that's happened over the last 2 weeks. So please consider tipping me. It's the best way you can contribute today, guys. I still appreciate cheering and subbing. They help me in long term. And in particular, guys, as you know, I'm going to owe a very large tax payment in April that right now I can't afford. So if you do anything, cheering, subbing, or tipping, those things all contribute towards that goal at this point. By the end of February, sadly, cheering and subbing will not help me out with that anymore. All right? But, you know, that's what I'm kind of saying. Right now, you can do whatever you want. It'll all help me. Thank you very much to anyone who contributes. I do appreciate that, okay? But, you know, please consider tipping today if at all you can. That's the best way to contribute and help me out. Sound good? All right, there's 2 ways you could tip. Below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar you can click on. Or if you don't see that, you can just type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a link. Click on said link. It'll take you to my tips page. You can either be anonymous or you can leave your name in a message. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's one final thing I need to bring up before we get to shout-outs, all right? While I was off yesterday, funny how this happens. It happens when I'm off from streaming, right? I received multiple emails from individuals all claiming that they had received their 2019 or 2018 tax returns and had some extra funds, and they all wanted to contribute and help me out. So, how should they do this? Now, this is so ridiculous. If you're an actual viewer and fan of mine, you know. I've already said a million times, you can pledge to my Patreon, you can buy something from Teespring, you could cheer, you can sub, you could tip, you can do all these things to contribute, and in particular, tipping me right now helps me the most. So why are these people emailing me? And the bottom line is because they're full of shit. These are the same trolls who are constantly trying to get my hopes up, who are constantly trying to make me believe that some good Samaritan behind the scenes is going to come out and try to help me out. They're basically dickheads. All right, they're trying to fuck with me. And at this point, I'm just not going to address it anymore. I'm not, because I know you guys who are true fans know how you can contribute if you want to. Why would they email me behind the scenes to talk to me and say, oh, I want to do this way? You know, one person says, oh, I want to remain completely anonymous. Okay, then leave an anonymous tip. If you leave an anonymous tip, right, your name is never involved anywhere. There's no way anyone could know that it was you. Oh, but I still want to do it behind the scenes. Well, then fuck you. You're a troll. You're an asshole who's trying to basically make me agree to something that I said months ago I'm not going to do. If people do contribute, it's going to be public. I want people to know that people are contributing, right? Because that's for full transparency purposes. You can't have people behind the scenes trying to sneak stuff. It's bullshit. It's basically people trying to get me in trouble. And I'm not playing that fucking game. I'm just not doing it, all right? So I said this on Twitter yesterday, and I already said it before on Twitter, like last month. I'm not accepting anything behind the scenes, period. I don't know why people think that I would be, like, dumb and at this point still try to go along with what these idiots are trying to do. I'm not, all right? It's that simple. So if you want to contribute and help, by all means, please do. If you don't want to get any kind of attention for it, any kind of, you know, thanks or whatever, just do it anonymously. You know, you could pledge to my Patreon with fake information and, you know, no one will ever know it's you. You could tip anonymously. You could do these things. It's very easy. So there's no excuse. If you're emailing me directly, I know that you're full of shit. All right. And I'm not entertaining this shit. It's just a waste of my time. Fair enough? Okay. Sheesh. All right, guys. So now let us do some shout-outs for those who have actually contributed. We want to start off with people who actually contributed while I was off, all right? So we actually start off with Bulletproof 2014, who did a 100-bit cheer yesterday. And he said, what are you looking forward to the most from the announcements in Nintendo Direct? Mario Maker 2, Tetris 99, which is Tetris Battle Royale, Link's Awakening Remastered, and the Studio Platinum Astral Chain. I really don't care about Astral Chain at all. I'm going to be honest. At one point, I really liked Platinum. I don't really care about them anymore. I thought that Bayonetta 2 was not a very great game at all. It wasn't even as good as 1. And I haven't seen them do anything since then. You know, that's significant. So I'm really not excited for anything from them. Tetris Battle Royale sounds like it's fun for like a few games till you realize it's fucking Tetris. You know what I mean? Like, how can I get super excited about Tetris? It's Tetris. It's been out the same game since the 1980s when it came out. Like, yeah, I'm sure it has some variations and it runs fast because it's Battle Royale or whatever. It's not super exciting to me. Maybe I'll give it a shot at one point. People really want to see me do it. Maybe I'll do a mini stream of it or something, but I'm not super pumped for Tetris 99, which is out right now, by the way. Link's Awakening Remastered sounds good. And the reason I say that is I never played the original. It was on Game Boy. And I did not, absolutely did not play any of the, I think there were 2 Zelda games, I want to say, on the original Game Boy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. But that being said, yeah, the original Game Boy version of Zelda I never played at all, and I don't even know much about it. So that would be pretty cool if they redo the game from the ground up. You know, that would be pretty neat. And I think that I would play it. I do. I think that I would actually check it out and play it. I do. Okay. Mario Maker 2, I think that's kind of like a no-brainer. The last time I played it, it actually did pretty well initially. And what I mean by that is the first 1 or 2 sessions of Mario Maker that I played, people really enjoyed. But then after that, the gimmick wore out. And after, like, I think like the 3rd session I tried to play of it, no one cared anymore. So what's funny about Mario Maker is you can actually get some really awesome user-generated stages that are challenging as hell and really fun to watch someone try to do once or twice. But like I said, then the gimmick dies out once you've played the best stages. So more than likely, I will be checking out Mario Maker, at least if it comes out at a time when it's not super busy with other new releases. It's certainly not something that I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to create the most detailed things possible. Yeah, I am. I'm definitely going to be doing the most detailed things. No. Okay? No. But that being said, I am considering, I'm definitely considering playing it at least for a few sessions to check out what other people have made and the like. Okay? All right. Xbox One is garbage tipped me $1 and said, Phil, a PS2 is $20 and Super Monkey Ball Deluxe is $10. Would you get it sometime? That game is so amazing. Honestly, would love to see you play it. Well, I have no way to capture from a PS2. To be honest, I don't. I have no way to capture from an original PS2. I don't need to buy a PS2. I own a PS2. I have, I think, 2 or 3 PS2s. But I have no way to capture from them. So I would have to find a way to, if it's emulated or whatever, would I consider playing it? Yes. Is there any demand whatsoever to see me play Super Monkey Ball Deluxe? No. Just being honest. If anything, people would probably want me to see me play the most recent one. Why would you want to see me play like the original when there's been other improved versions after that? Okay. So anyway, that being said, we'll see how things go. But I don't think I'm going to be playing Super Monkey Ball anytime soon. Just saying. All right. I'm just saying. All right. Shout out to Golden Colts, who did a 101-bit cheer during the break as well. Thank you, Golden Colts, for the 101-bit cheer during the break. That is much appreciated. All right. So now we're moving on to people who contributed during today's live stream. We start off with Rob Warren, who did a $20 tip. Very generous. Thank you, Rob. And he says, looking forward to the story-driven single-player goodness in Mother Russia. Yeah, I am too, because, it's very rare this day and age that we're even getting single-player games anymore. And the few that we're getting have been pretty good. You look at, God of War last year, Red Dead Redemption 2, a game like Dragon Quest 11, which had one of the best RPGs stories I've seen in probably the greater part of over a decade. So, yeah, I'm excited for Metro. Hopefully, this turns out to be quite a great game. I hope so. So, thank you very much, Rob, for getting the tipping started today. $20. Thank you very much. L Saturn, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, L Saturn, for the sub. By the way, guys, I should bring up, obviously, I've noticed subs have gone way down. Mostly because, number one, there haven't been a cacophony of new releases. So we're not getting people coming in and watching constantly. And number two, I haven't had a sub goal. I know that. I 100% know that. And I understand that when I don't have a sub goal, it doesn't really motivate people to subscribe anymore. I get that. So what I will do is think about what I want to do. In fact, I think what I want to do, quite frankly, is do another retrospective event. So maybe we'll set up a sub goal for that. And I want to do a new viewer's choice kind of an event where if we hit the goal, then the viewers will have the opportunity to vote on a game that I'll do a full playthrough of. But I have to really think about how I could effectively do this. Because you can't do straw polls. Straw poll is crappy and can easily be manipulated. Can't do a Twitter poll because that doesn't work. You're going to have 4 options in it. I could do a poll on my forums, but then people would complain they have to register for the forums. So it's like, I don't even know how I would go about doing it at all. As much as I would love to do this open kind of viewer's choice event, I've always done it patron's choice, where the patrons can nominate and vote. And maybe what I can do is we qualify via subbing. We qualify, the event happens. The patrons will nominate, I don't know, 10 games. And then I could do a series of polls where the viewers in general can vote and narrow that down. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I got to think about it. All right? I do. But what I really think I'm going to do first, since you guys love the retrospective events that I've done, I mean, you do. You love the one in September. You loved the one on Wednesday. I want to do another one. And the thing is, there's so much more I didn't do. I didn't do so many different trip vlogs I haven't done yet. I didn't do most of my DSP tries-its or Poorly Cooking with the Kings. We barely watched any gameplay whatsoever on Wednesday. I think we watched like one thing, if that. Like, there was so much we could still draw upon for these fun retrospective events, seriously. So I'm more than happy to jump on there and do it again. So let's see what happens. But I think what we'll do is we'll do a sub goal maybe by the end of this month. And this is something I'm announcing right now, everyone. All right? Effective immediately. If we hit 525 subscriptions by the end of February, I'll be doing another retrospective event. All right? How cool is that? And everyone will have an opportunity to nominate. I just did it immediately. 525 subs. So we need about, you know, a lot of room to go. But we could get back. I mean, we were there. We were up to 575 subs before we started getting all those crazy amount of gifted subs. All right? So we can get to that. I know we can get to that. All right? So that's going to be for February. In March, what I'll probably do for the rest of February, I'll try to brainstorm how can I do this Viewer's Choice event. And I'll probably talk to my mods about it. Maybe we'll talk about it on the forums. We'll try to figure something out. And then we'll end up doing something like that for March. But for now, for February, all right, let's try to get this retrospective event going again. Sounds good? All right. At least we got something going now, because we were complaining half of the month here. I didn't have anything. Well, now we have something. Okay? All right. Shout out to Internal Napalm, who did a 300-bit cheer. That actually gets him to be the top cheerer of the day, so let's get him up there before we begin. Let's do Eternal Napalm. Get him up here. 300 bits. And he says, haven't you had the chance to see the reveal for the remake of Link's Awakening for the Switch? It was my first ever Zelda game way back on the Game Boy. Hold on, let me get this fitting here because it's not fitting. There we go. My jaw dropped when I saw it. It looks utterly gorgeous and crafted with love. I hope you check it out. Easy day one buy for me. Yeah, and I'm going to get it too. It's one of the ones I never played. Why wouldn't I, right? I'm down. All right, Nathan Drake has cheered. Says, are you going to check out the free Tetris 99 Battle Royale? Maybe. Certainly right now with all the shit that just came out, like my 3 priorities are Metro Exodus, Jump Force, and the Resident Evil 2 DLCs, balanced in with Apex Legends tomorrow, Sunday, and, you know, other stuff. Maybe one night as a stream, I'll try out Tetris 99 just for the hell of it. But it's not a focus of mine. I'm not super, you know, focused on doing that right now. Okay? Warm Poo tipped me $2. By the way, I forgot to update the tips goal, so it should be at $22 right now. Let me get that updated. My bad. There we go. And Warm Poo says, can we get another chill nostalgia stream event sometime soon? Want to see more bad cooking, laughing out loud? Yes, I just explained if we hit a tips goal, or excuse me, a subs goal for this month, we will do another one. Fair enough? Okay, there you go. Warm Poo. Eternal Napalm did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I'm downloading Metro Exodus right now. Very pumped for intense atmospheric immersion and to explore rural Russia. Mine came with a neat PS4 theme. Have fun. Mine did as well. In fact, here it is. Pretty cool. I mean, it's the cover art of the game, but it's kind of nice that you get a little zoom and you get some snow falling. There's like a creature flying through the air. It's a pretty nice theme. You know, I really like the Kingdom Hearts 3 theme. It's too bad that Kingdom Hearts 3 was so short that I beat it within a week, and now no one cares about it anymore. So I removed the theme, and I'm never going to put it up ever again. All right. Android cheered. He says, the retrospective event was awesome. We loved it. I watched the whole thing. Can't wait for the next one. Did your big Twitch payment with Emerald 7 subs come in yet to save your bank account? I guess not, since we have a tip goal. No, it did not come through yet. It's supposed to come through today, hopefully. And then what I have to do is wait for it to clear, which is probably, I mean, today's Friday, so yeah, more than likely it'll clear by tomorrow because that's a business. It's considered a bank day. Sunday is the non-bank day, so it should hopefully come through by tomorrow, okay? Then Airdroid cheered again. He said, Article 13 would be so horrible for you. Your viewers would watch on VPNs, but they wouldn't be able to do things like cheer and sub because, you know, they'd have European credit cards. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think, honestly, it would be a nightmare. It would be anyone, first of all, anyone who's a European Union, you know, content creator would go out of business overnight. They'd be done. They wouldn't be able to do any content. They'd literally lose their businesses and lose their livelihoods. Then anyone who's like me who lives in America would lose a large chunk of their viewer base. It's terrible. It's a really terrible situation. It is. Mikey GTR did a 100-bit cheer. He says, would you ever consider joining the Sea Shepherd and fight the battle against illegal whaling? I have no idea what you're talking about. But thank you for the cheer. 2-Bar King did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, 2-Bar King, for the 100-bit cheer. All right. Let's see. Andreas he tipped me $1 and says, Ghost Survivor DLCs are about 1 hour long, pretty bad, but enjoy Metro Exodus. I'm not surprised. That sounds about right. I figured they would be short. I actually thought you'd be able to beat them all within like a 2-hour session. If they're 1 hour long, maybe I'll have to do an extra session at some point. That's not surprising. They're a free DLC, and these are characters who had very minor roles in the story of Resident Evil 2, and you know that they passed away. You know, that's the whole point. Ghost survivors, they're not real. They're gonna die. So you know they're not gonna have a lengthy campaign like Leon or Claire did. But it's still nice that these free DLCs even exist. Okay. All right, let me up the tip skull here by another $1. Excuse me. Oops. 23. There we go. Swaggins did a 50-bit cheer. He says, played Metro for a while, seems cool, feels like Metro, which is a good thing, but maybe too much like Metro because the movement feels kind of clunky. I don't know. I guess we'll see for ourselves. You know, I remember Metro doing some really fun stuff that was original, and then Metro always also doing a few things that kind of felt like they were taken from other franchises and maybe didn't feel as good as those franchises. Keep in mind, Metro is made by a very small dev team, and it always has been made by a very small dev team. They do their best with what they've got. In my opinion, they do an amazing job with what they've got, and I really have liked their games up to this point, so, you know, I'm excited. Last Rambo Cheer says, your tweet in regards to the reviewer's opinion of Jump Force, Far Cry, and Crackdown 3 reminded me of Duke Nukem Forever. Let us wait and judge. Yeah, and you know, it's a shame for me, and the reason I say that is there was a time when I made so much money at being a YouTuber. I could buy literally every new release. If there were 5 new releases this week, I wouldn't shrug at buying all 5 and just saying, let's play them all and see if they're any good. I can't do that anymore. I just can't. I don't have the funds. I don't have the resources. I don't have the credit. I have to pick and choose the games that I play. So, as much as it sucks, I kind of have to at least somewhat believe some of the things that are being said about games when it comes to these initial early reviews, which sucks. I don't want to. I really don't want to. All right? But when I hear, oh, Crackdown 3 plays like a game from last gen, is full of bugs, and is only fun if you like a chaotic mess of a game, that's going to turn me off. You know what I mean? Versus when I hear Jump Force doesn't really have competitive mechanics and has an interesting story, but it has wonky animations, I say, that's not so bad. I'm not looking for a competitive game, and I like the fact that the plot may be interesting, and even if there's wonky animations during the cutscenes, it may be hilarious. That sounds good, you see? So I'm trying to take the things that I hear in the reviews and figure out, is this something that I could turn into a fun playthrough or not, right? And we go from there. So, Master Saru tipped me $1. He says, I understand your taxes are a big thing, but I've been doing the math. I think you'll be okay. Wow, I don't know what math you're doing. He says, I think you'll be okay. You need to stop stressing out so much about it. You got to think positive. You're way too hard on yourself. Master Saru, you obviously have not been doing math based on any kind of facts. You've probably been doing math based off of what the idiotic detractors are pulling out of their assholes. You know, as is, even with all of the gifted subs that I got in December, that's not even nearly enough to pay the giant tax bill that's going to hit me in April. Keep in mind, in addition to whatever I actually owe in taxes, there's also going to be late fees, penalties, and interest because I paid nothing over the course of 2018. So not only do I owe all these taxes, then I owe all this shit on top of that. That's what I'm worried about. And if I can only pay a fraction of it, how am I going to pay it? I can't even afford on a monthly basis to keep afloat, right? Very narrowly do I even manage to do that. So now how would they, oh, we'll put you on a payment plan. Well, I don't know where the money's coming from because I don't have the money for it. We'll put a lien on your house. I guess, you know, if they do that, that won't ruin my credit or whatever. But now if I go to refinance or sell my house, I've got a giant lien against it, which I'll be honest with you, creditors don't like. They don't want to deal with liens on a house before they can, put their own mortgage or their own claim to the home. If I sell the house, wow, well, I'm trying to sell the house to make money so that I can pay my debts. Oops, I have this giant tax bill I have to pay first. You see? There's no good situation here. The only good situation is I basically raise as much money as I possibly can in the next 2 months, and somehow it pays most of the taxes, which I don't even know what they are. And I won't. I'm still waiting on tax documents from YouTube and from Curse, which I don't even know if I'm going to receive them. I got nothing so far. So if I don't get those tax documents, now I just have to eyeball it and guesstimate what I made last year from them and do all this crunching. And I got to send all this information to my tax guys by the end of this month. So that being said, then it takes them about a month to do it. And then probably sometime in early April, I'll actually know what I owe. And by the way, it's due by April 15. It's basically an incredibly daunting task, and it's impossible. What can I do here? Unless we get another really generous person like Emerald 7, or Emerald 7 comes back, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see a way that I can get out of this unscathed. No matter what, I'm gonna, really get screwed over here. So, Master Saru, I don't know what numbers you're crunching. You're not crunching proper numbers. Like I said, more than likely, you're listening to all the wrong people. Okay? That's just the reality of it. But thank you for the $1 here. Let's go ahead and get this up to 24 now. All right, Dono Farms. Subscribe to the channel for the 8th month in a row. Thank you, Dono Farms, for 8 months of support. Swaggins cheered and said, I'm glad these shit games are flopping these days. Far Cry New Dawn is such a slap in the face to us gamers. Honestly, feel we need to set higher standards when it comes to games. Yeah, in all reality, all right, in all reality, the stupidity of this situation is that why are you re-releasing the same game with a skin? Which is all Far Cry 5 is. In a year, there's no way they made a whole new game. So all they did was re-release Far Cry 5 with some minor tweaks and new skins and a new story. It's not a new game. It's basically a DLC for Far Cry 5. And some people were even saying, do you need to own Far Cry 5 to play Far Cry New Dawn? No, you don't. But they're still charging it like it's a new game. Like, even though it should be a DLC, they're actually like pretending like it's a new video game when it's not. It's a pure ripoff. So yeah, I agree with you. I seriously agree with you that we deserve better. We shouldn't just get reskins and rehashes from the same fucking studio and pretend like it's a new game. Creepy Spaghetti tipped me $100. Holy crap. Thank you, Creepy Spaghetti. He says, Merry Christmas. Now start the game. Well, I still got more shoutouts to do, Creepy Spaghetti, and I'm moving as fast as I can. But I obviously appreciate this very generous tip. Let me get you up on the leaderboard here. And boy, does that propel us in the tips goal that I set up for today. Way up. Thank you very, 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 very much. Very, 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 very much. That will help. Thank you. Master Sorrow tipped me another $1. And basically he says he has a new name in chat. He says, you've been botching it for a month. You say the C and Y separately. So it's C-Y Saru. Gotcha. Okay. There's no way I could tell that. When you type that name, it's all lowercase. There's no way I can tell that they're separate. Yeah. He says, anyway, I'm hyped for this game. I have to prepare to laugh at Jump Force. I'm going to get the MHA game instead. MHA? What is that? I don't even know what MHA is, so. But anyway, enjoy, I guess. The Guardian subscribed for 19 months. Thank you for 19 months of support, The Guardian. I appreciate that. Coral Guy did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Phil, just a heads up, playing the game, the chems you use to clean your gun are also used to craft healing items. All right, thank you. Ace cheered. Says, I highly suggest you skip Jump Force. The story is atrociously long. The gameplay is repetitive and simplistic. I bought it already. No way that I can skip it, you know? If I play it a few times, people absolutely hate it. I guess it's just lost money for me. But I'm definitely going to be playing it starting tonight. Judicious Echoes did a 350-bit cheer, and that makes Judicious Echoes the top cheer for the day. There's a game called Outward, an open-world Western RPG out at the end of March. Not much else out around them besides Sekiro and Sinking City that released a week or two before. Outward. I have not heard of that. So, if this sounds like something that looks good and people want to see me play, I guess I would consider playing it. Like you said, there's not much else going on. Get him up here on the leaderboard here. I don't know what's going on with my keyboard. It's not working very well. It's dropping a lot of inputs here. Must be, again, the signal going out. God damn it. All right. Thank you, Judicious Echoes, for the top cheer of the day. Swang and Cheery said, shout out to John. He's here. Yes. All right. So I guess this is a good opportunity. All right. We are going to give John C. an opportunity to become a trial mod. All right. I responded to his email last night telling him this. He did not respond back. I guess he didn't read the email or didn't get it. But yeah, John C., we're going to give you an opportunity to be a trial mod and help us out here on the streams recently because we need more mods. Okay. So if I can figure out how the hell to do that. Here we go, mod. All right. So John C. the Third has been added as a moderator of the channel. Temporarily, this is a trial situation. John, first thing I would ask you to do, please head into the moderator's chat, which should now be available to you. Because right now you're in the standard stream chat. There should be a moderator's chat also available in a drop-down menu. It should be right next to, it should be available, like, right near where you can look at the cheer leaderboard. That's where we all communicate. And we talk about stuff, you know, moderation and the like. So everyone welcome John, the latest trial mod. If John does a good job, then we will welcome him as a permanent mod. We'll see how it goes. Okay, but we need more help. We definitely need more help with moderation around here. So thank you, John, for offering, and let's see how it goes. Okay? All right, and John actually had cheered and said, did you get the email I sent you earlier? Yes. Yes, I did. And I consulted with the other moderators, and they said, yeah, let's give him a shot. So let's see how this goes. Okay? All right, everybody. It is now time. Let's end the pre-stream. I know I'm late. It is what it is. We'll end the pre-stream. Let's jump into Metro Exodus. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if the game's as good as people were saying it is. I hope it is. I certainly hope it is. And, yeah. Let's roll her out and let's give it a go. And let's enjoy. New release, full day of new releases, right? Thank you, everyone, for your support here on the pre-stream. And let's do this. All right.